Hello, everybody. My name is Sherman Tank. I'm with California 3% United Patriots. Just wanted to kind of do a video on and give you some of my thoughts on what's going on in the country today, what's driving it, and what I think we need to do to fix it. One of the biggest things that I notice over my lifetime, I'm 41 years old, so I've been in 15 or 16 different states, California being the last one and the only blue one that I've lived in. What I'm seeing now is depressing. The country is so divided. Everybody knows this. I'm preaching to the choir. But what's the cause of the division? What's happened in the last few years that's caused this uproar in the country? Well, I tell you right now, I'm here to tell you that we are being lied to. And we are being lied to on a very large scale. What I mean by that is all large corporations, including social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. Not so much Instagram, but it still happens. We're being lied to and we are being manipulated. And if you look at the way that social media works, what happens is, depending on your viewpoint and your political party, they capitalize on that by giving you the news that you want. And if you're a Democrat, you see Democrat stuff. If you are a Republican, that's all you see is Republican stuff. Conservative, progressive, whatever you are, that's primarily going to be your news source. And they know now that social media drives the media that we know today. And the media also leads everybody the wrong direction. If you follow CNN, they say one thing. If you follow MSNBC or Fox News or ABC, they tell you something totally different. And what's going on is each one wants to tell some bit of the truth, but not the whole truth. It's all become opinion-based news. So what are we to do? We're the citizens of the country. You know, we're kind of stuck. If we want to know what's going on in the country, we're kind of dependent on that. There are some other news outlets that you can look into, like the BBC, and some other ones. I don't know the names all off topic, but you know, you can go to several other news outlets, newspapers, stuff like that. But they're even wrong. I've been to certain events and seen the news coverage afterward, and it was ridiculous. It was not even close. Give you an example. I was at the Berkeley event, April 15th, and it was a free speech rally, and we had, I think it was 8 speakers that spoke. Not a single thing got mentioned about the speakers. And again, it was a free speech rally, and the news, Fox News, CNN, everybody across the board said that it was a tax day rally, because at the time everyone across the country wanted to see Donald Trump's taxes. That's complete bullshit. I'll tell you that right now. The rally was put on as a free speech rally. We had every kind of speaker you could imagine. We had two LGBTQ members. We had 2 black folks, a man and a woman. We had 2 Hispanic folks, I think a man and a woman also, 2 white people, and so I mean it was pretty even across the board. And even though they were conservatives, actually there was 2 of them that weren't conservatives, but we still allowed them to speak, and they had no problems with anybody. Antifa shows up, tries to shut the thing down. The news goes out and chases the violence. That's how we're being manipulated. They're not telling you what's going on in the rallies. They're telling you everything that happens outside the rallies. They feed on violence. We have to find a way to bridge that gap and stop the violence. So what I'm proposing is we need to find a way to come back and live as simple as possible. Stay away from the media outlets, stay away from the news, completely turn off Fox News, CNN, the whole news conglomerate. We got to shut that down. It's best right now to go to overseas news. and BBC, and even some of that's a little skewed, but it's still better than what we're getting over here. And you may get it a day later than we get it here, or a couple hours later, but at least it's mostly true. There's some other independent news on YouTube and stuff like that that is accurate, but there's also a ton of people on there that are out for themselves and out to make money on YouTube. So you have to do your own research. Make sure that the news organization that you guys choose is accurate, and again, do your research, do your own due diligence, and find the one that best suits you. And don't go after one that just supports your political party. Find something that's going to tell you the truth across the board. Also, some of the other people that are manipulating us are large corporations like Walmart, Amazon, even Starbucks, stuff like that. And it's always because it's like a knee-jerk reaction. Okay, I'll give you an example of Starbucks. The president said something one time, and Starbucks is like, okay, we're not going to hire any vets. We're going to hire all people from another country. Well, that didn't work out so well, so now all of a sudden they're hiring vets. So it's just a giant knee-jerk reaction across the country that they're going to do what they want to start with, and when they see it doesn't work, then they'll do what everybody else says. That doesn't work for us. You know, also the large corporations, they get so big that they can pay people so little that it's hurting the common man. Okay, you go to work for Walmart, it's minimum wage, and in a lot of places minimum wage is like $7.75. Who can live on that? Obviously not too many. As somebody that's grown up in this country that's made as little as $4 an hour when I was younger, I understand that minimum wage is not a living wage. It never has been. But you still should be able to make a car payment, pay some bills if you need to. You know, it's for kids getting out of high school. So, you know, Walmart and those kind of stores, Target, stuff like that, you're not going to make a living wage. So, you know, that argument's kind of dead. But at the same time, they thrive on that low wage. That's how they make their money. If people stop going in there, you know, start looking for better jobs. Also, fast food restaurants do the same thing. McDonald's, Taco Bell, Arby's. Nobody makes anything that they can afford to live off of, except for maybe the corporate managers, not even the store managers. So I'm not saying we boycott these people, but we need to find a way to hold them accountable for what they've done to the country. We need to be able to sit down next to people that we don't always agree with and have a discussion of some kind. And what I'm planning on doing is sitting down and talking to some other people. Personally, I'm a conservative or Republican. I want to sit across the table from somebody that's a Democrat or progressive and have a discussion, because I know that there's things that we have in common. One of them is the large corporations have hurt us all. Again, companies like Walmart, stuff like that, Amazon. Obviously, the news can't seem to tell us the truth anymore. We are literally living in the Matrix right now. They are telling us what they want us to hear. We're never getting the truth. We're like a bunch of drones right now running around. As soon as someone has a rally, one side shows up, the other side shows up, and it's a battle on. As somebody that's lived in this country as long as I have, I don't want to see that anymore. I don't want to see our countrymen hurt. I don't want my group, the 3% United Patriots, to have to do what we train for. It's not good. I don't want to see our country in a civil war. It's stupid. And if it happens, it's because somebody's driven us to that. Now, there are groups in both sides of the aisle, politically, that are extreme. We have, on the right, we have the KKK, white nationalists, and several other groups, you know, not necessarily the KKK, but Identity Europa, places, you know, groups like that feed off these rallies that divide people. And then you look on the left, you have Antifa, Black Lives Matter, BAM, and the list goes on and on. So we have these factions within each other that no matter how hard you try, you're never going to change their mind. It's been that way since the 1800s. So What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find the folks that are in the middle and come to some understanding that we have the same enemy. We have the same goals. We need to go after that because, for one, there's more of us in the middle than there is on the edges. That's the way this world has always worked. You'll never get half the population alt-right. You'll never get half the population alt-left. It just doesn't happen. Most of the people stick to the middle, whether it's slightly right, slightly left, or dead in the middle. We have to get those people. We have to come to an understanding. We have to fix the country, because most of us that are in the middle are the adults. We have to start acting like it. We got to come together, have a conversation, include your neighbors, and start acting like we're adults. So what I suggest is to go out, have a conversation with somebody, look them in the eye when you shake their hand, mean what you say what you mean, and listen to them as well. Because as much as we like to say, well, I've done my research and I've done my homework and everything, a lot of times we haven't. We're posting crap online that's fake. And it's just because it's funny, or we know it's offensive to somebody, so we post it. We got to stop that shit. Because, I, for one, I don't want to see anybody upset. I live with, I married a woman that is rather emotional, but it's been good for me. It's, I see things that make her upset. So, she's made me grow as a person. I used to get pretty pissed off about a lot of things, and it's not worth it. All it does is get your blood pressure going and get your blood pumping, and what does it accomplish? Not a damn thing. I'm a big guy, so, getting me pissed off is not a good thing. We have to find a way to shut down guys like George Soros, Jeff Bezos from Amazon, the Waltons, all these companies that drive the country. And by drive the country, I mean, if you look at Walmart, they're the largest retailer on the planet, pretty much. You look at Amazon, they're the largest internet retailer on the planet. And they're all too big to fail. If something happened right now with Walmart, the only thing that would keep Walmart alive would be Target and some other stores. But the problem is they've shut down all the small mom and pop places that used to do well and thrive and stuff in the 70s and 80s and the 60s. We got to get away from that globalization. Also, stop using Hollywood people as your idols. That has been the worst thing that's happened to this country in forever. Okay, one of the hot topics that's been going around for years is the Second Amendment. Hollywood can have the guns. They can go out and they can blow shit up. They can kill everybody in the movies and portray everybody as a killer and as a badass and everything else. But yet they turn around and tell you, you can't have guns. Why is that? That right there is an argument in itself. I ain't got an answer for that other than it's stupid. So, you know what? If they can have guns, whether they're fake or not, I don't really care. I want mine. They teach us what those things do. That should, if anything, teach us what not to do. So, the Hollywood elite, they need to stay actors and not political activists. We'll support you if you stay out of the politics, but if you start getting into politics, you can kiss my ass. You ain't getting any of my money. You guys are paid to lie on TV and movies. Keep it that way. Because whenever I see you on TV spouting your shit, you're lying. That's exactly what you're doing. You're out to make a profit. What's going to happen when half the country don't like you and the other half barely likes you? What's going to happen? You're going to keep making money? No, you're not going to do that. It's stuff like that is what's hurting the country. Okay, that divide. That's the kind of stuff pushing the country. You've got people on one side that wants to instigate the people on the other side. You have the other side that's pretty quiet for the most part. Yeah, we have some people that are extreme and they do stupid crap. But for the most part, we want to be left alone. Now, here's the common ground. And I think everybody needs to understand this. We're being controlled and we're being told what we should do and what we should have by Facebook. Like I said, if you go on Facebook, and everybody's on social media now. If you look at the numbers, it's I'd say 80% of the country right now is on Facebook, and probably 70% of the world, except for the worlds that don't have the technology we have over here. They're on there and they're being told what to buy, when to buy it, who to buy it from, how much it's going to cost. And give you an example, okay? We're in a Patriot group. I don't know how much crap I got that I'll never need. Even if the shit hits the fan, I'll never need it. I can't carry it. But you know what? It's cool. It's a toy. We're going to go out and buy it. We're consumers. That's what we do. Same thing on the left. And with the left, it may be all the tech stuff. It may be books. It may be, stuff that enlightens their mind somehow. I don't know. But we have to come together and realize that we are being driven by somebody other than ourselves. Got to wake up. And we're literally living in the matrix. Like I said earlier, we are being told what to do. We are slaves to the corporations. The best thing you can do is talk to your fellow man. See what their experiences are. Sit down, have a conversation. Be an American. Be a good American. Be a Christian. Be whatever the hell you want to be. But be a decent human being first and foremost. That's all I'm asking out of anybody. Because I know one damn thing. I am sure sick of seeing the bullshit I see on TV and the shit that I see on Facebook from both sides. Not just one. Both sides are guilty of this. We acting like a bunch of goddamn kids. Shape up, America. Let's get this done. Let's do it right. And let's be proud of the country we live in. You can't get away with none of this shit anywhere else you live. Other than that, I'm out of here. Sherman Tank, I'm out. 3%.